Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Premier, on the 15th of July, you came to the rescue of Minister Street, saving him from the total schmozzle he created around council reforms and announced, I quote, "There will be no forced amalgamations. Communities and councils will decide their own future." Well, 3 days later, you hosed down the council's hope of deciding their own future by announcing out of the blue with no consultation that, I quote, "The government will introduce new legislation to allow for some planning decisions to be made by independent expert development assessment panels, and the Rockcliffe Liberal government will take the politics out of planning decisions." I end the quote. In response to your announcement, LGAT President and Break a Day Council, Mayor Mick Tucker, said it's extremely disappointing that the Premier has made this announcement today with no prior consultation with our sector. Premier, you have said that, quote, "draft legislation will be out for consultation later this year, and it is anticipated it will be introduced to Parliament at the start of 2024. Premier, when are you going to start consultation with stakeholders? Are you going to wait until Christmas to release the consultation paper?
Good question.
Honourable Premier.
Here. This year.
This year. Thank you, Mr Ferguson. Thank the honourable member for a question, of course, and we value, of course, the work of local government and value the opinions, of course, of local ratepayers when it comes to making informed decisions around the future of local government. But we're also wanting to get things done. And that's why we're taking a very proactive stance around planning reform, Mr Speaker, and we will, absolutely. And Mr Barnett's recent words, of course, and mine as well, and others. We are builders, not blockers.
That's right.
And we want to ensure that not only are we investing, for example, in key areas of more homes, new homes for Tasmanians, supporting mixed, affordable and public housing, we want to ensure a smoothest pathway as possible to get the job done. Because we are builders and not blockers, Mr Speaker. And of course we'll work with local government. We will consult with local government. The consultation will commence this year, as I understand it, and of course expect. Mr Speaker, and Minister for Planning, of course, Mr Ferguson has backed that in. And so this is good reform. It's reform that has been welcomed in areas across Tasmania, and it is reform that is needed. But importantly, to your point, Ms Alexander, it's important that we consult the community and bring the community with us as well, which is what exactly we'll be doing in terms of the consultation, not only with local government, to your very good point, but also all Tasmanians as well.
Mr Speaker.